which... I'm up to 20. I need 40 more. That's a very long time to wear one outfit. Like, I will typically, like, change... Oh, damn. I will typically change outfits after a couple months. Like, I get bored. Not gonna lie. There we go. I'll have to go... let me see. Do I still have that picture? Is this the right one? No. That's not the right one. Where is... Do I no longer have this? I used to have a picture of my character. I don't know where it went. Apparently my free company's Discord removed the damn thing it was in. Did they put it in screenshots? Is that what happened? Did they change it there? You might have. Maybe. This is January. I posted mine a while ago. How far back to... How many screenshots do you people post? That is an awful lot of screenshots. I will eventually pull this up, damn it. I just don't think I actually saved it on my computer, which is kind of a shame. I really hope this is the right Discord, like, thing. Otherwise, I'm scrolling through all these pictures for nothing. Okay, this may be the right one. We used to have a thing where people could rate the glamour that you had, like your cosmetics. And I'm looking for that, because that's where I had mine. Oh, well. I don't think it's in here. That sucks. And I didn't save it, because it was pulled directly from, like, the... Oh, wait. Never mind. I might have found it. Ooh, that's exciting. God damn it, come on. I'm all the way back in last September. I know I posted it, like... At least I thought I posted it around there. I'm amazed I'm having to go back this far to find this damn picture. Watch it turn out not to be in here. Then I'm looking at the entirely wrong thing. Nope, entirely wrong thing. Damn, I don't know where they put the pictures. They're gone. They vanished into the aether. That sucks. Oh, well. I have a, I play a paladin in Final Fantasy 14. That's my main job. And, I have my paladin get up, like, you know, kind of like glowing white, like chainmail style. I have a, kind of like a Valkyrie hat. You know, like the helmet with, instead of horns, it's two, like, giant eagle's wings on either side, but the wings are actually, like, feathers. So they actually respond to movements. They kind of wave around and, like, bob around as I move. And then I worked hard to get a cosmetic weapon, so I have, like, a sword and shield that, when I pull them out, ignite in red flames. So kind of just, like, that kind of cool, like, you know, hey, this doesn't actually mean anything, but it's cool to have. And I also play as the shortest race in Final Fantasy 14. So generally, like, I am your tank, and I'm standing between you and something, like, giant and stupid. And the thing is so much larger than I am. Which just, you know, doing paladin things. God damn it, I don't want dark matter. Like, I do, but I really don't. Stop giving me dark matter. Like, this takes long enough already without just getting dark matter drops. Riku doesn't have her thing yet. I mean, I think there should be legendary paladin gnomes. That sounds like a very important thing that should exist. That said, I don't play Hearthstone at all, like, or Warcraft. Like, I have no real knowledge of either game at this point. I played Warcraft 2 and I played Warcraft 3, and that was about it. And I didn't even play the expansions to Warcraft 3. I mean, there's no good reason that a gnome can't be a paladin. See, I play too much Magic the Gathering to be able to get into Hearthstone. I just can't. I really can't. I can't do another card game. It's one of the reasons I haven't done Slay the Spire yet, actually. It's just like, man, I can't learn all these new cards. I should do Slay the Spire. I really should. God, stop it with the dark matter. Jesus, this is taking long enough as it is. Let dark matter be rare. I don't actually need it that much right now. I can go farm it later. Stop making my life terrible. Hey, I like it. I like that. Okay, well, we get to immediately leave this fight. No, dark matter is used to craft an ability called Ribbon on armor. And the problem is you need 99... Yes, I know it's Futurama reference. Dark matter is generally hard to get in the game. You need 99 of it to craft Ribbon. You'll get 99 of it for free by crafting all the enemies in the monster arena. But apart from that, you can only get 2 at a time from any source. So getting it is usually a good thing. The problem is that I need to actually get other things off of this enemy. And not only do I already have a lot of dark matter, but we also so we have a lot of dark matter, but also I'm reaching a point where I'm going to be able to start farming for armor that has the ability anyways. So it kind of sucks, So, I mean, it just kind of sucks that I have to fight this enemy, which takes so long to beat. And instead of getting this enemy's drop, which is important, I'm getting dark matter, which at the moment is actually not particularly important to me. This is almost as bad as the games of Magic I was playing before I started the stream. God, stop giving me dark matter! There's 3 dark matter drops in a row! I don't need them! That sounds really stupid. Rangers and Paladins are not the same thing. That's really stupid. No, let Paladins be Paladins. Paladins should be Paladins. That being said, there was a book I was reading, a book series that I really like that by God, what's his name? By author Drew Hayes, and I really want him. I don't know if I don't think he's done anything like with the series recently, but the concept was like a bunch of NPCs in the D&D world get kind of called to be actual adventurers to save the world. The problem is they don't get the call to be the adventurer that actually fits kind of who they are as people before the event happens. So the gnome thief is the one that gets called to be a paladin. The boy who was like trying to learn to be a guard his entire life is the one that becomes the thief. The prim and proper girl who is like she's the princess person that always gets kidnapped. She's the barbarian. And the, barbarian, or not barbarian, like the fighter orc barkeep, he's the mage. So it's kind of interesting to have this, like, old and twisted gnome whose abilities are really to throw daggers. He is your paladin. And kind of following along the story on how the 4 of them not only deal with kind of this weird class change, but in addition to that, they're also, again, they're NPCs and they're conscious of the fact that they're NPCs. So they're trying to figure out how to deal with the adventuring life that they never thought they'd be part of. So, I mean, it's a very fun and interesting book series, and the author left it on a kind of cliffhanger-y thing last time I was reading it, so I'm really looking forward to him doing it. But the problem is this author also has a lot of series that I really, really like. I love how he does his writing. He has one series I've been really enjoying is Fred the Vampire Accountant, which you have this really kind of boring guy named Fred who is all of a sudden turned into a vampire at some point in the book, like some point just prior to the first book starting. And it's about him trying to learn to deal with being a vampire while still maintaining his normal life. But crap keeps happening around him, and he is gradually being, brought in with the more paranatural world. So he has to start dealing with how werewolves work, how ghosts work, and then it turns out he's got to deal with how other vampires work. So this entire kind of like world that he's going in, while at the same time trying to maintain his normal life. So the books are all these kind of either short story concept or entire book, but kind of focuses on smaller pieces about how he deals with this crap happening in his life, the friends he makes, and kind of builds up. So that one was really good. I'm eagerly awaiting the next one. And then the other one that I haven't... God, stop it with the dark matter. Jesus. How much dark matter do I have? Do I have 99 dark matter at this point? Like, I feel like I have... We have 93. I need, like, 6 more, and I can... Annoying. Why did I do that? That was silly. Whoops. The other one I really liked is his book, Superpowers, which is... it's about, like, the superhero college, and, like, 4 kids who normally wouldn't be allowed in superhero college because they can't really control their powers are brought in to become heroes, and they have to, it's about, you know, the 4 years there and the shit that goes on there, with like, a meta story that goes on throughout the outside of it. So, just very, very cool storylines where he kind of takes a look at these kind of more traditional archetypes, and then works to subvert them and turn them on their heads, and then build an actual cohesive and good story around them. Very, very fun author. I really love everything he writes. And I'm enjoying finding more authors just kind of like him who really look for these story archetypes. The author's name is Drew Hayes. Hayes. And I don't know about necessarily finding his books in stores. I get all of my books off of, like, the Amazon Kindle app. And I know that he's there. He's got some smaller one-off stories, too. And I don't know if he's going to do this for anything else, but for Superpowers, he was actually putting the books up chapter by chapter on his website for free, and then he publishes them when he actually finishes the books. So the books, at least for the Superpowers series, those books are long as hell because of the way he wrote them. Like, they're kind of an ongoing, kind of almost, what's the way I want to, like almost a Star Trek, like, series, and he kind of goes into them. I heard about Rick Riordan. It's not a name I'm familiar with off the top of my head. I mean, there's a lot of authors I don't know, obviously. There's a lot of authors, but that's not one that I know. Percy Jackson series? Oh, I've heard the name. It didn't particularly interest me, but I've heard the name. Like, I kind of dig around, and I usually, like, read all the books of the authors I'm currently looking at, and then once I get or read through all of their, like, so I'll read through a bunch of books of the authors that I'm currently watching, and when I run out of books from those authors, I will find a new author, and then if I like them, I will typically read everything they've ever written. And then once I'm done with that, then I go back and start catching up, going, okay, while I was binging on this author, what did all of my other favorite authors start writing? And fortunately or unfortunately, being part of Amazon's Kindle Unlimited program kind of makes that a little more difficult for me because of the fact that I get a lot of free books. So I'm actually starting to have a lot of trouble keeping up with all of the books that I have access to. Just because there's so damn many. So now I kind of have, I constantly have options. Which can be nice. I'll usually, like, whenever I'm having dinner, I'll read while I'm having dinner. Occasionally binge read some nights when I don't feel like playing a game or something like that. I'll go lie in bed and just read off my phone. Well, don't worry, Avanius. I don't... God damn it, more dark matter. It's supposed to be a rare drop. Why am I getting it nonstop? you're not missing anything. Like, from the fact that, A, this is taking so long, and B, I keep getting dark matter and not the drops I need, I will not get to do anything else this stream. Like, this stream is going to be nothing but what I am doing right now. So we'll probably have to spend another hour fighting the Spheromorph. And then after I finish the Spheromorph, then we're going to do some work on the Sphere Grid, and then I have to go fight the Earth Eater another 90, another 45 times. So you are missing exactly... Come on, stop leading with hydraulic press! Yep, 2 ambushes in a row. Which means I still don't get anything. How many more streams like this? There will be probably one final stream like this. Because after I finish beating the Greater Sphere, then I have to go... Then we got to go just get health and MP, and those are actually fairly simple. We got to go beat the final Dark Aeons. That's gonna be maybe half a stream, if that. And then and then also part of being the Dark Aeons is I have to go build my final armors. So in order to do that, I have to go grind on Dark Yojimbo a couple of times to get the armor I need. So once I get the armor, I need basically 1 armor drop. I'll have to go grind a little bit outside of the monster arena to get some money and get some very specific crafting items that I need, which will let me build my final armor. When final armor is built, we're gonna go fight Penance. We're gonna see if we can actually make Yojimbo happen, which would be fun and enjoyable, and therefore it won't happen, but we're gonna try. We'll try to make Yojimbo happen. And then after I do Yojimbo, I'm gonna go hit him. No, we're just gonna oblivion him. After I do Yojimbo, we will go and rebeat the final 3 bosses of the game with superpowers, and that'll be done. And then I'll move on to the next game. So that is about how it's gonna go down. So after this, one more stream of grinding, specifically grinding the monster arena, and probably getting the armors, and the stream after that one, so probably Tuesday, will be Penance. And the final stream of Final Fantasy X. And then I'm going to have to decide what I want to do. I really still want to do Kingdom Hearts. But, that being said, because... what's it called? Because Enter the Gungeon did do its update, I may do Enter the Dungeon. Yeah, next week is the last week of Final Fantasy X. We're done. That will be the entire game. Which, I have to go, after we fight this version of Greater Sphere, I'll go double check, but I believe it's taking about the 80 hours that I predicted. I think we're going to be, like, right there. Yeah, it will not be 100% because I'm not getting Lulu's Celestial Weapon, but that is literally the only thing that we're not doing. Well, I mean, I'm not maxing out freaking... I probably missed 1 or 2 treasure chests somewhere, and we're not maxing out Blitzball, but those are the only things that we didn't do. Yep, we are not doing lightning. It's not happening. Like, for giggles, I might go install. There's a mod you can do that automatically does the lightning. So for giggles, I might just do that just to show you guys how bad it is. But no, I'm not doing it myself. I'm not interested. Let's go ahead and save real quick. No, I don't want it. I don't care. So we are currently at 51 hours. So actually, it'll be a little bit less than 80 hours. But it's less than 80 hours because of the 4 times speed. It'd probably be closer to 110 altogether if I wasn't able to play at 4 times speed. That's interesting. We are actually going a little bit faster than normal. I mean, keep in mind, when I go do Kingdom Hearts, I'm going to have to do 2 back-to-back Kingdom Hearts runs. Like, back-to-back. One on critical mode, and then one on easy. If you mean pain apart from my eyeglasses, then sure. I'm actually going to have to... I'll actually have to cut the stream a little bit earlier than expected, because I'm going to have to go and get Excedrin. I'm trying to decide if I want to... I'll see you later, Evanius. I'm trying to decide, after I clear the sphere grid and can press the button to have everybody automatically, like, activate the entire sphere grid, I may do Riku Yuna Waka. Damn. I needed one more turn for Yuna. It didn't happen. That sounds about right. And one of the things I've been doing in Final Fantasy XIV is trying to get all of the minions, all the little just like non-combat pets, and all of the mounts, and there are an awful lot of rare of both of them. And some actually of each of them are not possible to get without paying for them at this point. So I'm gonna avoid those, but I mean, there's an awful lot of like miniature bosses I have to go hunt down, an awful lot of like events I have to go take part in, and then extremely rare things. Mounts are so intrinsic to Final Fantasy XIV that it gives you many of them just for free. Like, you don't do anything to get them, you just get them no matter what. So that's not a thing. Like, you just get them for free. But there's a bunch of them that you have to actually get drops on from, like, bosses and such. Like, mounts are such a basic part of Final Fantasy XIV that there are, like, required mount sections in the first expansion. Like, you're required to not only have a mount, but also use it to be able to pass through areas. There's a noble lion mount that I get for being a paladin. You have to fight, or you have to be a high-level paladin for a certain amount of, like, dungeons and boss fights. And if you do enough of them, you get the lion. So I got the base lion, but in order to get the flying lion, I have to do kind of even more. Where are we at? Hey, we're halfway done. If we get no dark matter, another 15 greater spheromorphs. If we get dark matter, that doesn't sound that bad. Like, that's not bad at all. Some of the mounts I'm still working on are, we have a casino in the game that you can play, and gradually get, in-game money from the casino. Every game you play in the casino gets you in-game money. And in order to get the mounts that I am looking for, I need, I think I need something to the tune of, 4 million casino monies. I have about 200 or almost 300,000, and you can only get about 80,000 per week on average. You can actually get more than that, but you need to you need to kind of farm the casino. So 80,000 per week, and I need about 4 million. So that should tell you stuff like that. So I'm still working on those. There's a series of bosses that I can fight. They're all hard end-game bosses. And they're not hard because they, hurt like hell at this point. They're hard because of their mechanics. They have a lot of instant kill mechanics. So your entire party has to kind of be on point, because if anyone fucks up, chances are the entire party loses. And there's only, a 1 in... I think it's a 1 in 8 or so chance that the mount actually drops. And then if the mount drops, only one person actually gets the mount. So not only is it a 1 in 8 chance, but then you have to fight the other, 7 members of your party to actually get the mount. And then if you get all 4 of the mounts, then you get the 5th mount for free, which is a golden version. So that is, I currently am kind of to try to decide how much do I care. Do I want to actually start fighting for it? Because what will happen is when the next expansion comes out in, summer, the level cap's going to be increased. And when the level cap's increased, then you can go with your party and go do what they call an unsynced version, which means you go in to the boss fight, and the boss fight does not have a level cap because of this. So the boss fight's significantly easier, and you get to skip a lot of those instant kill mechanics. So I may just wait to get these mounts until I do that, just because I don't feel like dealing with it. I know the fights at this... Well, I know all but one of the fights at this point. But, it takes... The big problem with farming these mounts is that each boss fight takes at least 10 minutes. So, you're talking, again, a 1 in 8 chance just to get the mount to drop, and then a 1 in 8 chance in that chance that you actually get the mount, and every attempt takes 10 minutes. So, on average... 10.5 hours just to get your mount, and that's if you're lucky and every member of the party stays until everybody gets one. And that doesn't usually happen. People just fucking leave after they get theirs. So then you pull in someone else, and that person doesn't have the mount, so now you're still looking at a 1 in 64 chance of actually getting your mount. That said, I do have a fair number of actually rare mounts. So I have some of the rare ones. And I'm saving up to get the Final Fantasy 15 car when the Final Fantasy 15 event starts in 2 weeks. We have... So Final Fantasy 14 has a couple of what we call world bosses. Each world boss can spawn once a day. There's one for each expansion. And each of these world bosses does have a... each of the world bosses... you have to sink down to that boss's level, so you don't get to, free kill the boss. Yeah, I kind of figured that'd be a hydraulic press. So, you have to sink down to the level, and you fight it. each of these bosses has instant kill mechanics that will kill everybody. They also have just high-level damage that will hurt everybody. Everybody who participates, as long as you participate enough, you get your own loot. And then against one particular boss, who everybody likes, Odin, the actual player who gets the killing blow, their name is on Odin's head next time he shows up. Like, Odin pretends to be them, and their character's facial, features are on Odin the next time he shows up. So it's very fun. And it's not a particularly hard fight for any of us who have been around for a while, but there can still be issues, especially because, you know, you have 200 or 300 people trying to fight him at once. Okay, well, now that I've figured out the loop here, this is not going that badly as long as I don't get ambushed. I will say the issue with my glasses is giving me a hell of a headache, though. So we're gonna see how much longer I can actually go on. At a certain point, I might need to stop so I can go take meds, take a break, make myself something to eat, and then, you know, my D&D game starts after that, so I'm not going to really be able to go much further. I think if the server fails to kill, I can't remember if Curl Regina has one, but I think if the server fails to kill Odin or Ixion in time, they kill about 300 people in one attack. It's very rare that actually happens, but I have seen it. Okay, where are we now? Oh, I need to go heal, that's right. I kind of regret not bringing Waka in on this, because Waka would make this so much faster and easier. Like, this would have been so much faster and easier with Waka in the party. Yeah, thankfully, Final Fantasy XIV, for the most part, did away with, that stuff. Your equipment still takes damage, which kind of sucks, but that's about it. You don't lose any equipment, and they did away with lost experience, which, you know, they should have dealt with lost experience. It's a good thing it's gone. I mean, I am personally not a particularly big fan of any game that actually makes a habit of making you lose items permanently like that. At least for MMOs. I'm a little bit more forgiving when it's like a regular RPG or something like that, but you know, I'm not very happy with MMOs that cause you to lose progress on purpose. Yeah, see, I don't, nah. Just no. We're just not gonna even do that. That just, no. That just doesn't sound fun. God God damn it, dark matter. I don't need it. I'm about to max out on dark matter. I still need 11 more kills in the greater sphere at this point, and that's like another hour of grinding. And every dark matter drop we get is another, like, 5 minutes of grinding. It's ridiculous. Like, I would really appreciate it if the game just stopped it. Like, just stop. Stop giving me that item. Oh, my dog's growling for some reason. I'm not 100% sure why she's growling. My other dog, I guess, moved, and that upset her in some way. I'm not gonna lie, I'm also amazed that Riku and Yuna haven't gotten the Victor Overdrive condition yet. I would have figured they would have long since had it. I don't know. It's just not something It's not something I'd ever be interested in. Okay, good. We got some more. We got some more Lux Spheres. Whoops. Okay, well, you know what? That's cool. We'll save. I'm fine doing a save here. Like I'm always torn in a game like an MMO with death mechanics. Because I feel that death should have a fair... There should be some level of punishment for dying. But I haven't decided, like, how much I feel is too much punishment for dying. Like, I felt that Final Fantasy XI really dropped the ball on it because they had a punishment for dying in that you would lose experience. And it would be, by the time you got to end game, it was a considerable amount of experience. Like, you might be talking hours of grinding lost for a single death. And so, you know, even losing character levels. So, you know, I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't know, you know, do I feel that it's better for you to lose experience? But at the same time, if you don't lose something that big, then there's not as much incentive to not die. Like, in a lot of cases, I feel like the loss of progress doesn't, like, it doesn't fit in a non-roguelike. I don't know. Yeah, Anima almost has a legit overdrive bar because of its own attacks. Not that that matters, because Yuna will always have a grand summon ready for this. Like, if in a normal RPG, if you die, you go back to a save. Or in some RPGs, you get to restart the combat or something like that, you know? Which makes total sense. I'm not entrusting at all anymore. Like, I haven't done any entrusting. Because by the time, like, we're ready to just kill this thing with Anima, Yuna already has a full overdrive bar set up. Like, for example, right now. So there's no reason to entrust, because she will, like, this thing will never be ready to die to Anima before she has an overdrive set up. And Slice and Dice automatically gets countered with Hydraulic Press, which we're trying to avoid Hydraulic Press. I love watching my dog. She has, like, my actual bed, which she can regularly get on. And she has the doggy bed that she can share with the other dog. And she will opt, instead of sleeping or resting on either one, she will instead opt to sleep on, like, a pair of pants that I have left on the floor or something. Which cracks me up. It's like, is that pair of jeans right there, like, more comfortable than the doggy bed? Well, if it's a scent-based thing, then she could be on the actual bed, because she sleeps with me on my actual bed every night. She can get on my bed. Like, it doesn't, there's nothing stopping her. So she is choosing to sleep on my pants as opposed to on the actual bed. I mean, at sometimes she will actually sleep at the floor at my feet, like, as opposed to the pants, the bed, the doggy bed. Or alternatively, she'll sleep in my lap, but okay, cool, great, glad we had that happen. She'll sleep on my lap, but while sleeping in my lap, like, she'll have to, like, stick her butt up because she's not comfortable, like, with her front half in my lap and the back half on the chair itself. So she'll just kind of sleep with her butt standing up. She is doing weird doggy things. And a lot of what we're doing right here is just me being, like, obstinate. You only need, I think it's like 80 actual luck for any of the strategies. I'm going for 255 luck. Don't ask me why I'm going for 255 luck. I just like seeing the big numbers. I could do that. I mean, that is a thing that I could do. But we're so close to the end anyways. Like, we are actually legitimately very close to the end of this. We need... I need 6 more sphere drops. So I could do it the smart way, or I could, again, be obstinate and blame it on my headache. Which is what I'm going to do. What can I say? I like doing things the hard way. I don't know why I'm tired either. I slept a good long time, but I am tired. I mean, doing this nonsense for 2.25 hours straight, I guess, will make anybody tired. I'm looking forward to seeing how much health Anima has once we actually get the health stuff taken care of. I wonder if the summons will hit HP limit once we get all this stuff done. Okay. So 5 left. See, I remember doing grinding on the base level, the original legendary swords or legendary weapons in Final Fantasy XIV. I'll never do this again because the sheer amount of crap you have to do for them. Like you have to go get some items just to craft the weapon. Once you get the items, craft the weapon, and then you have to go get more items to upgrade the weapon. And then once you get even more items to upgrade the weapon, now you have to go and do what they call books. There's like 12 books you have to solve, and each book requires that you kill X amount of 3 different enemies, go do like I think it's 6 of the fates, which are these overworld like kill X amount of enemies quests, complete 3 dungeons, and then complete like 3 of these again, go kill X amount of things quests. And you have to do this 12 times. And then once you do this 12 times, then you have to go do the light nonsense, which is you go complete certain dungeons, boss fights, things like that. Every dungeon or boss fight you complete gets you X amount of light. And you have to get 2,000 total light in order to complete the weapon. And most things that you do will only get you like 30. So it's grind, 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 grind. And then at the end of the day, you get what is actually just a cosmetic. It doesn't do anything. It's just a weapon with a cool design, with a cool, like, visual design to it. So we have that. I mean, it's not a terrible bad thing, but, like, I'll probably never do another one. Because none of the classes I care about have a good-looking one. Keep in mind, these were end-game gear when it was relevant gear, but it's no longer relevant. It's the only time you get it for now. The only reason you get it now is for cosmetics. Damn it, of course I get dark matter. I only need like 3 more of these, and so it's going to give me dark matter to just make this take longer. Like, come on, man. I'm capped on dark matter, too, so I don't even get anything for it anymore. Any dark matter I get at this point is just, it's wasted. But because of the nature of getting ribbon weapons off of Yojimbo, I can't use the dark matter right now. I just have to kind of hold on to it. Which kind of sucks. Oh no, is Yuna going to be able to do her thing before this thing hydraulic presses? No. Okay, that sucks. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Okay. Okay, can we just not with the bullshit dark matter drops? Not when I'm this close. Like, we still have to go back and go do freaking Earth Eater, but Earth Eater's not nearly as bad as this thing. Earth Eater, no matter what, dies. Like, an Earth Eater can't... Like, as long as I have Phoenix Downs, Earth Eater cannot actually wipe the party. Also doesn't have this incredibly long load in and load out. I also don't have to have Riku Mix to do Earth Eater. For a lot of our end game, like after each expansion, but before the next expansion, we get a bunch of like expansion, like patch content that continues to not only continue the story of the game, but also adds additional like levels of height that our gear reaches and shit like that. And so it usually goes in a very specific pattern. It's like we'll have the thing that is the end game gear, and it will be the best gear you can get. And it will be, you'll get it off of doing these extremely hard boss fights that you have to learn how to do. And then after that's been out for like a month, then they give us some gear that you can grind currency for, which is the same power level, might have slightly different stats. Then they give us some dungeons that completing the dungeon gives us items that you can get once per week. And you'll need 4 of them and that allows us to upgrade the first set of items. And then they'll give us an even harder set of fights that will give us items that you can get once per week that allows us to upgrade the second set of armor. So it's this really like constant back and forth, upgrade this and upgrade that. And then when they give us the next level of this armor is even better than the last one, then they turn off the only once per week for the previous set. Which, helps a lot of players catch up in armor they might not have been able to do previously. Because you have to really be able to play the game to be able to do some of these bosses. Some of them I've never beaten. So here's hydraulic press. No, hey, cool. I appreciate not getting hydraulic pressed. Okay. Either this is the last one or the second to last one. We're gonna see. I gotta go hunt down. There's a couple of, like, actual luck spots on the sphere grid that I can hit up for if we're missing a couple. Okay, was that it? We done? Is that 60? 58. Second to last one. Okay, we'll do one more. I might have to do one more after. You know what? I'm going to do one more after this. I'm going to get 62 just in case. In case the numbers don't add up right. I'm pretty sure we're good, but I'll do one more just in case. Okay. I'm trying to remember. So 60 fortune spheres is 240 luck. Most characters start with like 15 or so that should be enough to max. But like, I'm mildly, like, a little bit worried that someone has like 13 luck and not 15 luck, and so they won't be maxed out if I stop here. Well, on the flip side of that, I can also... Why'd I summon you, Jimbo? Whoops. Okay, is hydraulic press actually going to kill? No, cool. Okay, please be... Yojimbo can roll a random Zanmato. It's just extremely unlikely. That's the problem right now, is that it's very unlikely, but Yojimbo can give free Zanmatos. The problem is the arena monsters have larger and larger Zanmato levels. I actually don't want Yojimbo to roll a random Zanmato on an arena monster, because since it's just a kill, not an overkill, you only get one orb, not two.